Well, here we are back again in Grant's tomb.
Grant's tomb continues.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Notice we have switched chairs for the folks at home.
Armchair now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Don't get used to that. That's a temporary upgrade. It's just for proximity to the amplifier. Don't let it go to your head. All right. 7 summers of Coke and Southern Comfort.
It's the first I'm hearing it.
All right. Well, what'd you think about it?
On Grant's tomb.
Yeah. We should have had him like with like a shocked face reaction. I can't believe it.
It's all 7th chords.
Now that you mentioned it,
it is.
That is our entrance point to this. So we're sort of meshing together 6-string philosophy, the music theory angle, as well as the song appreciation.
Yes.
Just to make it scholastic for the folks.
6-string.
We want you to feel like you're
summer.
Like you're not wasting your time. Yeah. You went and did it. You done it.
I'm so 2 weeks behind the times. But I'm a little hip.
Yes, that proves it. Even what you just said cements it, if there was any doubt.
Good.
All right. You can only go one direction from here.
All right, let's keep it with the 7th chords.
Let's do it. All right. So the 7th chords, for the youngsters at home, you want to talk about what it means to be a 7th chord?
Well, looks like we're in C. So that's 8 notes, right?
Sure.
And then we're 7.
1 behind the 8.
1 behind the 8.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a 7.
So we're building with the 1, 3, and 5 notes, right? So in this case, we're in C. So C, E, G.
Right.
And then we're going to add a B.
Exactly.
Or replace the octave with a B.
Correct.
Word up. I'll do a little zoom of the shapes there for the people who if you've never dabbled around with 7th chords. All right, quick mini lesson on 7th chords that are used in this song. So we're going to be talking about them as if they are rooted on the A string or rooted on the E string, okay? And there's a major 7, a minor 7, and a dominant 7 that are going to be used here. The main chords are achieved here, I believe, by Morgan Wallen using this. So you take your original C major, take your pointer finger away, and this B note ringing in the background creates a 7th chord, okay? Likewise, you take this F chord and you let the E ring behind it. And those are the 2 chords that you kind of hear ringing mostly throughout that song. That rhythm figure 1, that's the intro, the verse, etc. Okay? Now, the other chords that you're going to hear is a minor 7. So let's talk about a minor 7. To build the minor 7, you take what would be a regular minor chord. I'm just going to show you the functional construction of it. Okay? And we're going to pick up your pinky. There's your differences. This sound versus this. There's your minor 7. So you're hearing this root against the octave, and then you take away, you drop the octave back a whole step. There's your minor 7 on the A string, okay? To build it on the E string, take your regular bar chord, minor bar chord, which if you made it this far on this video, I'm sure you know how to play that already, but you pick up your pinky, so you take what would be your root note and your octave, you drop it back, a minor 7, which is a whole step back. So there you're getting that minor 7 versus regular minor sound. So the nice thing about the minor 7s is you're basically just deleting 1 finger from the equation. Here's your regular D minor, pick up your pinky, becomes D minor 7. Here's your A minor, pick up your pinky, becomes A minor 7. And those happen to be the 2 minor chords that are in this song. The G major that you're going to see used, to turn that, this is also nice, basically just deleting a finger. You're taking this shape here, and I lift my pinky. So it's a major chord, but with a minor 7 in there. So you're taking the octave, dropping it back a whole step. And if you do it on the 5 chord of the progression, of the key in a given progression. So in this case, C, D, E, F, G. So that G chord, when you make that a dominant 7, has a lot of, beautiful kind of functionality that wants to come back to that C. Seeking back there creates that tension that makes a nice, release when you come back to that C. Oh, the one thing we didn't really clarify is how to make a major 7. So let's do that real quick. So here's your major bar chord, okay? And to make it a major 7, we're going to take what would be your octave, okay? And we're going to drop it back 1 fret. So this is what it looks like to build that. So instead of it being a bar like this, we're dropping the octave back. So your middle finger is going to go on the, in this case, on the G string and move back to create that nice vibe. And then here it is. This would be like my F major chord. Okay, and to create that 7, we're moving back. So everybody, all these notes are essentially staying the same, except my octave, I'm moving back to here. And so you that kind of has the greatest disruption from an original looking bar chord. So I'll just say the frets so you have a chance to build it on your own. Point a finger on the 1st fret of the low E string. Skip the A string. It's going to be deadened by the pad of this finger anyway, if you try and just fret that note by itself instead of making it a bar. Okay, then you're going to put your ring and pinky on the 2nd fret of the D and G strings, and then your middle finger is kind of covering the 1st fret of the B string. So there's your F major 7. So in summary, C major 7, F major 7, and then when you move to the next part, D minor 7, G, and I like to make it a dominant just to include all my 7th chords as a little clinic here, and then back to that C major 7, A minor 7, and that repeats through there, basically 3.5 times. D minor 7, G, making it dominant for fun, C major 7, A minor 7, and then don't it make you sad to know that was 7 summers ago. All right. Here's a little breakdown of that actual lead that you hear in the beginning. And this is one of those tunes that's in the key of C. And so the magic rule there is with pentatonics is that you take your key you're in and you can back up a minor 3rd. So if this is the key of C, back it up 3 frets till I'm in the A shape, and you get this. You can lead out in that key of A minor. Okay, so if we line up the notes of C major, if you were to start at the 6th scale degree, you get the key of A minor, which is built in there. So C major and A minor are simpatico. They are called relative major and minor of one another. So all the notes in A minor, those are all the same as the notes in the C major key. All right, and so you'll frequently see nice little leads like these. This is sort of borrowing from the shape of A minor. You'll be on the 5th fret of the G string, 7th fret of the D string, using your pointer and your ring, and you. And that shape, that initial slide, you're basically just moving that around, a whole step up and then down. And then you're putting this other shape here, pointer finger on the G string, 4th fret, middle finger on the D string, 5th fret. So that again, that's. And then back up to that initial shape, where you're starting off on the 5th and the 7th of the G and D strings. And then you do this little double stop here on the 5th fret, 2 strings at the same time on the D and G strings. And then hammering on from the pointer to the ring on the 5th, 7th frets of the A string. I think you can always get away with, at least that's my experience, even on the last video we did, I like to sneak in the minor 7s all the time whenever I have a minor chord. Because no one's going to be the wiser, and it gives it a little sweetening, a little bit of a different ambivalent sound.
It's the druthers coffee of the chord.
Yes. So if you want to go to Giorgio's, that's one thing.
That's a C minor, and C minor 7.
Druthers. If you had your druthers, if you know Primus, there's another line there we're going to stay away from. But yeah. So it involves a chimpanzee. We'll just leave it there. So now we're totally lost.
Keep it 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
This guy knows what's up.
Something like that.
I like.
All right.
Have fun. See you on the next one.